So Darcy's Corner, May 23rd, 2023. This is my third recording today, but what's happened today? As I talked about my first recording, and if you haven't watched it, don't worry, you're not missing anything. Um, there's an election going on right now in the area, and it's early voting, so I went and I voted. I have my makeup on now. I didn't put on any lipstick or any eyeliner, but I do have some blush and a bit of concealer on my face so that I don't get sunburned. Um, my camera settings a little awkward. I just got a phone call from a guy I was dating for a while, and I've probably named him before, but for now we're just going to call him Fish Sticks. So Fish Sticks calls me up after not speaking to me for months and months and months. And the last time I spoke to Fish Sticks was right before Valentine's Day, and I was reminding him, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, hey, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. And he told me I don't participate, and that was the end of the discussion. And I thought, not with me anymore, you don't. No, you don't participate. So then Fish Sticks calls me up, and he's telling me he's in Leduc, which is 45 minutes-ish away from where I'm at right now, at a campground, and he's living in the campground now because, and his roommate, who lived a block and a half from me, moved to Fort McMurray, and I'm thinking, well, if you hadn't been such a jackass, you could have moved in here with me and helped with the rent, and like my life would be better and your life would be better. But I didn't say that to him. Also, he wasn't calling to apologize for not being there for me, or not being there when I thought my grandfather was dying, not coming to see me when he was a block and a half away because it was too far for him. Not. He always had his reasons and his excuses to not come spend time with me, but he was fine to go spend time with his buddy Caleb. And hey, I got nothing against Caleb, but I'm right here. I don't know who Caleb is, never met him. Never met his roommate either. I understand she's a nice girl. But anyway, so he kind of left me hanging and hoping, and just, I've been fired between the time that I kind of broke up with him and not, and whatever. And like, shit's gone wrong in my life. And he has not been there for me at all, or tried to be there, or said he was sorry, or like, hey, I want some, and it'd be great if you wanted to put out again, which is what this call was about. He wanted me to come and spend some time with him during the rodeo that they're having the little town, and he's going to be at the campground around it, and that'd be great if I was there. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what about my dog? Because I can't bring her with me. I don't know how she'd react to large crowds. And he kicked her in the face while he was sitting right beside me. Now, she was biting him, but the reason she was biting him is because she'll come by and she'll nibble you. And if you respond to her nibbles, she'll play with you and lick you, and that's great. But if you don't, she'll just keep nibbling harder and harder until eventually you can't ignore her anymore. And his version of not ignoring her, instead of petting her or telling her to stop, both of which would have worked and been acceptable, no, he just kicked her as hard as he could in the face. And I watched him do it. And I wanted to criticize him at the time, and I didn't. Because, if you're a woman and you have a man, and you want that man to like you, you're going to put up with things. But I'm not going to put up with my dog being abused, because she doesn't have a choice to be here. I have a choice to be here. He had a choice to be here. She doesn't have a choice. I'm pointing at her because she is right there. It is awkward not being able to. There we go. There she is. Okay? She is right there. And she is lovable and very playful and very kind. And, she likes you, she bites you. But that's just her love language. And, you have to learn how dogs share. So he's asking me to come out there, and this is going through my brain. And suddenly, I just unleashed on him on the phone. I'm like, you were a block and a half away, and it was too far. You don't participate in my life. I don't get a lot of things. I don't get to be married. I don't get to be the pretty girl. I don't get to be a princess that one day in my life when I'm walking down the aisle. Okay, that's not going to be a reality for me. I don't get to have, you wild adventures with my boyfriend in the wherever doing shit. I don't get to do those things. But I could have had some of that, a little bit of that. I could have had somebody to hold at night, or who would hold me back, or when I got fired, like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I'm there for you, and you'll get over it. I could have had that if he would have showed up. But he doesn't participate. And so I was just screaming at him on the phone, you don't participate in my life. I don't get a lot of things, but I get to have someone who participates with me. I can have a Valentine's Day. I don't have to be pretty to have that. I don't have to be transitioned fully to have that. It's just a day. Anybody can have a day. It's like Christmas. Anybody can have Christmas. Anybody can have Valentine's Day if they have someone to have it with. And it's not that things have to be perfect or anything, and it's not that, he has to be smart, because he's definitely not smart. But he has to be interested in me, and he has to participate in my life. And he can't dismiss that and act like it's nothing and just not care. Like, he didn't call and say I missed you, or I'm sorry I haven't been there. No. He didn't miss me. He just has nobody now. And if he wants me, he knows where I live. He could probably still get me if he was nice to me. If I knew he was going to be nice to my dog. I'd have to set up a nanny cam for the dog, so that when I'm not around, I would know he wasn't kicking her in the face. Because he never showed any affection towards her ever. And so it's like, okay, you're not going to try. Well, that's fine. He's not allergic to dogs or nothing. He likes his dogs, the one that's upstate in his fucking farm. But my dog that's right here, now he doesn't want nothing to do with that. In my life, well, he doesn't participate in that. I just, it felt good to tell him off, but I didn't even know I was like holding on to that, ready to do that, until I'm talking to him on the phone. And I'm thinking, I'm going to go spend an hour getting to you, another hour finding parking for you to do and say something stupid, for me to worry the whole time about what's happening with my dog, and like to try rekindle something. But if I rekindle it with him, well then, because he doesn't have a home and I do, he would have to come back here eventually, and that means I have to leave him alone with my dog. And I don't know that I can trust him to be alone with my dog. And I don't know that he gives two craps about me at all. So that seems like a lot for me to risk for someone who doesn't really care about me. Yeah. Right now, I think I'm better off being a lesbian. Anyway, Darcy's Corner. I'm going to call this one Fish Sticks. Peace.